Hey, Soul Survivors. So we are live, still loading on Facebook, and we're going to do a Temu reveal in a little bit. Just got done doing my nails. We're going to let them dry, but feel free to join in on the conversation. I don't know why Facebook isn't loading, but people are being notified that we are live. But I picked a topic just to kind of start out, and we got people joining already. Hi, Paul, and we got Kurt and Jay Pero Roberts. Good to have you guys here. And we're just going to open the chat up. I picked kind of like the mistress thing. Why do people settle to be an extra person, not necessarily in a full relationship? And, we talk about self-esteem and we talk about love, all these different kinds of things. And this is not loading. We're going to have to do that again. But, thank you so much, Real. I appreciate that. Definitely made my day. It was not the best start to the day. I woke up late. I think you guys know I was in the hospital. Hello, Ken. And so I overslept my first day with the school kids coming. So luckily, I gave myself first hour planning. So I was still there on time. I am in my home. I am in Michigan. So what about you? Where are you from? Where are you from? And Facebook will not load. It refuses. But thank you for the heart. Feel free to show me some love. And I just got done doing a video on OCPD, obsessive compulsive personality disorder. It's a little bit different than just OCD. But we talk about everything on this channel, kind of understanding ourselves, understanding the people in our lives, and how to have the best relationships, when to know when to walk away, when to work through things. And I see people are joining, but we talk about the self-esteem, and I know a lot of people are like, but I love this other person. And you're from Los Angeles, in love with my smile. Thank you so much. Good to have you, Latino, and very nice, 38. Awesome. But, I know a lot of people will be in these relationships for years, and there's only a 6% chance that they're going to work out anyway. So why do people invest so much of their lives? How does that affect them? And what to do about it? You could be in love with someone, but we have to think about loving ourselves too. Is it helpful? Is it what we truly desire? And, we can love someone as much as possible, but if we're not getting something fulfilling, is it a healthy situation? Because those type of situations are set up to mimic, if not be narcissistic. And oh my gosh, more likes can attract more viewers. Hey, Mimi, I slept through. I was late to my first day with the kids. I think I told you that I was struggling. How are your ears doing? Mimi's been struggling with some ear infections, has an appointment on Friday. Hopefully it was a little bit better today. And Jake and Michael, good to have everybody. And Morning Glory. I used to have Morning Glories at my house. But we'll talk about whatever you guys would like to talk about. I did do that OCPD for that viewer yesterday, but the topic I picked today is about the mistress or the mister. And, sometimes it's just hoping and hoping for something. Your ear is still bad. That is not good. Oh, I know it's been hurting. Very retro cool. I'm glad you like it. People sometimes give me a hard time. I just moved in here a few months ago. You went in yesterday. They gave you medicine. That should help. Yeah, sometimes as soon as you get antibiotics, it can make a huge difference. We're really lucky the day and age that we live in, because I know my dad struggled with leukemia, and he got it just at the right time to where they had life-saving medication, prolonged his life. He didn't die from leukemia. So that's nice that they have better medication. Why won't this load? Oh, so frustrating. It won't load. Share to. It's not going. All right, I'll pretend to. Hello. Let me just say hi. I don't know if that's why I don't know. I just said hi. But it hurts right now so bad. Oh, yeah, sometimes you just got to let it work through it. Yeah, ear infections can be horrible. I know I ruptured some eardrums, and There's like 3 layers in your eardrum. I only have 2 in my left because of the damage. It won't turn on. What the heck? I'm going to reboot my phone. But yeah, definitely take care of your ears, because also don't listen to a lot of really loud headbanging stuff, because I used to work at a couple different bars, and I think that damaged some of my hearing. And it's the worst pain. It can be. It can be. Did you try like a steamy shower? That might help. So we got Tim and Scotty just waiting for people to join in so we can open up the conversation. And did you decide to take the whole week off of school? I know, going back to school and childhood memories. Encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. Feel free to share and spread the love. But, there comes a point where you have to realize, am I hurting myself more than helping myself? So you say, no, I have to put a cotton ball in when I get in. I've never done the cotton ball. I've seen people do that. Is it with medication or hydrogen peroxide or something? Do you have wax buildup? So you're not going to school. Yeah, I get it. Sometimes we just have to rest, and toothaches, earaches sometimes can be so distracting that, yeah, that's not good. I have to go to school though. But yeah, like I said today, I can't be on past like midnight. It's 10 o'clock now. I'm going to start having my cutoff at 10 o'clock. I was waiting on a call from somebody to do a podcast, and that call didn't come through. So I'm a little bit late to doing my lives. So they will stop at around 10. I have to do that so I don't sleep through. I have a hard time waking up. But how was everybody else's day? We got lots of people joining in. I'd love to hear what you guys are up to. We got lots of different topics. And as soon as people are notified, we'll get those conversations going that we started yesterday. I don't know why Facebook won't load. But just so you know, I have YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok open. And you guys have been such a great support. And we've really been growing. I do hope to meet you guys in person when I get to a larger following. So feel free to follow. And then we can start doing some fun stuff, meeting up, little meet and greets or activities. And I'd love to collaborate with some people. All these different thoughts going through my mind. It's kind of like I wish I could retire so I could just focus on this and do this all day, because this is my passion. This is what I love. And pretty soon my nails are about dry. We'll have that Temu as soon as I get Facebook open up. And thank you for the love. Yeah, we got my little package here. I have no idea what I bought. I got my new shoes on. Check it out. My new bling shoes. You gotta have some fun. That's the one nice thing about, working at a high school is you get to wear happy shoes. You say, hey there, love your glasses and nails. You are also very handsome. I teach English as a second language, and if you say beautiful or pretty, that goes better when you're talking to a girl. I know you mean it kindly. The weirdest thing, my sister was always angry at my grandpa, and he used to always call her gorgeous, which is nice. It's nice to call somebody gorgeous, but she thought it was for a boy. She thought handsome and gorgeous meant the same thing. So she got mad at my grandpa. So just so you know, I appreciate the compliment. I know you meant it kindly. Someone you know. How have I been though? I've been doing good. I'm not back in the hospital, so that's okay. I'm a teacher, so I don't take anything personally. I just take it as a teachable moment and not a worry. Thank you very much. Are you being in Argentina? I would love to go to Argentina. I have not been to Argentina. I've been to China, I've been to Canada, and I live in the United States. So several different states, and hopefully Facebook will load for me. But I wouldn't mind traveling there. I would not mind traveling there. I know my coworker, she wants to go to Korea. I'm like, yeah, why not? I'll go to Korea with you. So, but that's what I hope. The larger the following, the more travel I'll do. Is my name Keely? My name is Cynthia Schiller. Cynthia Schiller. Schiller. That's a pretty name, though. But no, I am Cynthia. Do I look like somebody that you know? And this was so interesting is, yeah, I've traveled all over the place, and sometimes I have to remember, like, where am I? Do I even know somebody in this area? Because it is a small world. There are doppelgangers out there where they look like somebody that you know. It's the weirdest feeling. I had that at school. Um, when we had our parent teacher conferences. I'm like, Joshua. And I'm like, that's not Joshua. They look so similar. The guy I was talking to was heavier though. Yeah, maybe a little bit taller, a little bit bigger. But the face looks so much like Joshua. This is the second time I've done that. And thank you, Troy. Troy man. I dated a Troy before. Uh-oh. Which Troy are you? We got the bad cowboy. Uh-oh, what makes you a bad cowboy? I was in a rodeo before. I got to ride a horse with a little egg in my mouth. We had to pass off the egg to the other guy. But yeah, childhood memories. Where did I do that? I think it was in Colorado when I did that. So good memories. Isn't that weird? Like how these memories can pop up where I haven't thought about that in probably 30 years. And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I did that. The mind is fascinating. And that's what I love to do is study the brain, study mental health, mental illnesses, relationships, and just the way people, why they choose the words that they choose, why they keep secrets. And yeah, relationships can be difficult. You know, when there's no issues, they're not a problem. But when there's certain issues, and it does go down to like self-esteem or expectations, and you know, it's almost like mind-boggling how to navigate some of these relationships because a lot of times there are miscommunications. And Zach says, "Hey, how are you? I am doing good. What about yourself?" Today was the first day teaching the new kids. The schedules were kind of a mess, so it was a little bit hectic, but made it through. And yeah, my body's been kind of run down for about 3 weeks, and I have to take it a little bit easy. I was in the hospital just a few days ago, but we're just gonna enjoy the evening together, and been trying to be consistent with you guys. So I'm gonna have to plug in another cord though. I'm good. Thanks for asking. You are welcome. You know, too many times we go through life and sorry, hold on guys. It can be a lonely life, even when we talk to people, like the connections are what's important. And I was watching Cluster B Milkshake today. Let me plug this in. Hold on, guys. You should see my contraption. I don't know. I wonder what my electric bill is going to be with all these cords. But she's a diagnosed narcissist, and she had said, you know, they keep saying it's possible, but I have not had that experience where I develop a relationship, like a bond with people. And there's something to it. Like you have to be vulnerable to bond with somebody. And also too, how they rush into relationships. They miss out on some of the hormones, or they miss out on some of the necessary steps to develop a relationship. And that's why, in a sense, you know how it takes 9 months to have a baby. Sometimes that's good because you're anticipating and you're planning and you're caring for your own body and your baby's body, and it's helping with the bond. And also, you know, the fear of loss, you have to fear losing something to really develop a deep love. So you can think about your children, like you're worried they're going to get lost, or you're worried they're going to get sick. And sometimes in these relationships, when people take them for granted, it's because they feel that they're never going to lose them. And that's, you know, the narcissist has an earlier mindset. So they like to push boundaries, they like to test. And you get to a certain point where things are crazy. So, I think it says Zach. I got that crack right there. Zach, you say your father is a narcissist. That's very difficult. Yeah, because it can be really damaging. Would you like to share some of the story or some of things that were like red flags, some of the patterns that he did? If you're not comfortable with it, that's completely understandable. but that's difficult. And sometimes too, the male figure is kind of like set up. Now there are more female narcissists, but the the pressure on the man is to be in control and to handle things and not be emotional and on and on and on. That it's more in likely to cause narcissism, where they have to get to the top, they have to be the financial provider, and on and on and on. But you know there's healthy ways to do things and unhealthy ways. And when people don't feel like they're achieving, they can start to lash out, they can have resentment, they can scapegoats, all those kind of things. You say, one time I was 5 years old and he yelled at me because all I wanted was a hug. It's very sad. I know I went through something similar, where I was like, I just need a hug. I just need a hug. And it was like, is it that big of a deal? And to where you can't even get that, I'm sorry. Yeah. And to get yelled at for it too. It's not even just, I'm sorry, can you come back in a little bit? It could have been handled in such a different way. I know sometimes parents are overwhelmed, but to yell at you for saying, I need a hug, that's hard. Has it changed you as an adult or as an little bit older? You say, yeah, a lot of narcissists out there. It's very sad and uncalled for, and it's on the rise. That's a problem. So Vestal, you took your meds. How you feeling today? I just did a video on OCPD, and I hope it's a little bit helpful. What do you recommend for philosophy? For philosophy on what? Philosophy on life? Or I don't have any necessarily books to recommend, but tell me what you're talking about and I can help, because there's philosophical things in so many different directions. Zach says that it's very uncalled for. I agree. And people just have unhealthy ways of handling things. That's why it's called a personality disorder, but it's so ingrained. And you say your coping mechanism is heavy music from the 80s. And it's interesting that you said heavy metal, because there's something like this energy exchange. And I'll tell you what, I like the heavy metal from the 80s too. But I noticed it wasn't something calming. It's something energetic, because was there a lot of yelling in your house? Because it's interesting to see how the music choices too. And it's kind of chaotic music, kind of harsh. And I get it. I like the pumped up, crazy stuff too. So what do I recommend for philosophy? Okay. Ontology, epistemology, Nietzsche, Kant, Aristotle, Greek philosophers, Roman philosophers. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Plato. See, I have a cousin. He's got his PhD in philosophy. And Randy is here. Randy's been checking on me. So you say that's good. Yeah, a lot of yelling in my household. And isn't that weird how like I can kind of pick up little pieces of who somebody is. I know sometimes I can pick up if somebody is like a middle child, firstborn. I'm not always right, but little things like that. It's almost like you can put together a story by somebody's adventurous or this or that childhood experiences can form our personalities. Hey Randy. And Vestal is saying hi to Randy. Yes. So my YouTuber is saying hi to my Facebooker. How humble. How humble. Well, no, I'm just saying he has a PhD in philosophy. But this is where my heart's been lately is, we talk about the body and we talk about the mind. And I was waiting on a phone call. That's why I'm like 3 hours late to doing this live chat. She ended up not contacting me yet. She's a little nervous about doing a podcast, but she's spot on. And I love her spirituality. And there is something to body, mind, and spirit. And we leave out the spirit. So my philosophy on things is, sometimes we're being tested. And, right now I feel I'm being tested to grow in my faith. And, um, when you like follow what you're supposed to follow, it usually works out a lot, at least a lot better. And Vestal, what kind of things do you like to study? Vestal says, I love studying. And Zach says, yeah, lots of yelling in my household. Yeah, so that music isn't like, stop. But people who are used to calm stuff, they don't necessarily like that music unless they're rebellious against the calmness. So I get it, but and there's like an energy exchange sometimes too when we're down in the dumps, the higher energy, and there's so much that I am learning about the energetic exchange, our vibrations, and that kind of ties into the spiritual. And I'm a big Ozzy fan. Ozzy's pretty cool. I don't like that he eats bats. I guess that's true though, right? He actually did. But yeah, I like Ozzy Osbourne. And Vestal says, I study languages. Do you study like foreign language or the development of language? I had a friend who he studied the origin of words. That's pretty interesting too. Also like hieroglyphics and all that kind of stuff. But I love foreign languages. I love languages too because I like connecting with people. And Zach says, yeah, me either. And yeah, he did. Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't know. There's so many other things to eat. um, Hebrew. Oh, ay gewollt. Mazel tov. So yeah, very cool. I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood, so I know a little bit of Hebrew. And it's interesting that some do like left to right and right to left. Like I got some Arabic students, and they go do the left. I'm sorry, the right to left. So they also have to learn not only which way to read and write, but they also have to learn the different characters. And now we have some Burmese students that came on board, and that's it's a very circular looking language. And the girls are like, can we just write in English? It's easier because, one word is circle, circle, line, circle, circle, squiggly. So hello from Lexington, Kentucky. Good to have you here. We got people from all over. I love hearing where you guys are from. We got Louisiana and Texas and Michigan. And we're just kind of opening up the conversation. Good to have you. And thank you for that heart. I love that. That definitely helps get more people into the chat, which helps make the conversation a lot easier. And we've been rocking it, guys. I have been in the top 97 to 100% when I go live. And how am I feeling? I'm still struggling. I woke up late. I took 2 naps yesterday, and I woke up late to get to the first day of school with kids. That's not good. But luckily, it was a half day. I came home, slept for several hours, and I'm still struggling, but I will make it through. But thank you for checking on September 11th. I have another appointment, so I'll definitely help to keep you. And Vestal saying, fix the chat. Oh, you can't see people's responses. Here's the thing. I can have you go over to TikTok, which is having more people right now, or my Facebook. There are people on Facebook, but just like yesterday, it just takes a little bit of time to get out there so people see that we are live. I haven't posted. I'll have to start doing that when I'm a little bit more consistent with how I'm feeling. But yesterday we had several people joining in. So I will read, and I got a follow from Mike. Thank you so much. I know we talked that you hadn't felt good. Yes, you are correct, Sam. Yeah, so I'm well rested right now. I do have to log off in an hour and a half. I planned on logging off at 10, and I was waiting on that one creator. Also, I had this one creator. I said, what's his name? I want to say Montague. It's not Montague. But he asked me to contact him. I was like, huh? So we'll see. Oh, Kendra is here. Hey, Kendra. Good to have you here. I was hoping to talk to you. Feel free to call me. But I was just talking about you, Kendra. I hope that's okay. But I'd like you guys to check out her channel because she just has a spiritual aspect. And like I was saying, it's the body, mind, and spirit. And I think in the secular world, we focus only on the body and the mind, and we're forgetting about the spirituality and the guidance and the faith that gives us that comfort, that gives us the love, because sometimes we are lacking in self-love, so we're searching outside. And when we're more fulfilled inside, for one thing, we can give more love freely, and we have more of a comfort, more of a peace about ourselves. And I know my father was very religious. His perspective on things were way different than the secular people I know. Um, and it helps you make better choices. I was talking to one guy who he was saying that he's bisexual, and he said that love is love. And I had said, well, I get what you're saying, and I'm not going to judge people, but there is like some guidance, because I'm not perfect. I had a child out of wedlock, and I think I took away some of my blessings. Now, granted, I had a daughter, but I think if I had done things the right way, maybe would be married, maybe this, maybe that. So it's been a lot harder life because of the choices that I made. So, not to judge people if they have premarital sex or same sex or bisexual or anything like that. But, it gets tricky. It gets tricky because people want to kind of justify their decisions, and that's fine. Do what you're going to do, but there are sometimes repercussions. Just like people who like to go skydiving, that's your decision. But are you at higher risk? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So just something to be mindful of. And Jorge is here. Nice to have you, Joseph. And please put the links on your YouTube channel. All right. So right now I can give you, let's see, I can't do like link, but I will type in a soul survivor, and that's for TikTok. And if you go over to TikTok and type that in, and it's underscore, not dash, underscore. So we got 3 channels right now. If you guys, I'll give you my information. There you go. That's for TikTok. And then Cynthia Schiller is my Facebook. So you can join in there, but Facebook's a little quiet. It's TikTok that's blowing up right now. And John is here, but I've been mentioned in a comment. So yeah, I'm rebuilding. I had a really large following on my YouTube, but I took some time off because that's a lot of work, talking for 4 hours. I love talking to you guys, but 4 hours a day gets you a little bit exhausted. It does take mental energy. So when you guys kind of help with the conversation, it's a lot easier. And I love hearing where you guys are from. And Kendra, if you're still here, I would still like to talk to you. If today is not good, I understand, but I'd love to encourage you, because she just has so much to say. And I know you have all your stuff up on your channel, but I think sometimes having kind of like a discussion on it to get a little bit deeper. Or I know there's times that people ask me questions just like you guys. It's like, oh, I think that's a good topic to talk about, or something to get deeper into. And I'd like you guys to comment, how do you feel about the spiritual aspect of mental health? Because we do live in a secular society. We, are searching for fame or beauty, or it gets tricky. And Gizmo is here. What a cute name. Hey, Gizmo. So I know there's a lot of, because you think about it, if you think in the spiritual, we're all supposed to love each other. We're all supposed to get along. We're all supposed to kind of follow directions and just have some harmony. But now it's interesting how we're dividing. and everybody wants to stand out. Everybody does have a right to be safe, to be loved, but it's interesting how people want to be equal, but they want to be equal in a different aspect that puts them more than equal, or the focus on them, and it causes resentment, and also, sometimes we feel like we can't even discuss certain things out of people kind of want to hear what they want to hear. And if you say something against it, doesn't mean that you're against the person. You're just sharing your thoughts, and you can get like attacked and all those kind of things. True Blue is here, and Ink Rock and Fatty. So beautiful. Thank you, True Blue. I appreciate that. I got true blue eyes. There you go. So I appreciate you guys, but that's one thing that I really want to bring to the channel. And I'd like to know, how do you guys feel about the spiritual aspect? I know a lot of people don't like to talk about it, the afterlife, or spiritual sometimes gets uncomfortable. So we got Shannon. Are you guys ready? Hit that like button if you're ready for my Temu reveal. I don't even know what I bought. My nails are now dry, so I can do my little Temu reveal. I showed you my sparkle shoes today, but got all these people joining in. Hey, John. All right. I need to see some love before I open these packages. I spent a lot of money. I don't even know what it is. But all right, we're going to wait a little bit then. That's all right. But when we start setting up boundaries, things start to fall in place. Sometimes we get afraid to set up boundaries because there are times that you can be too empathetic. The important part is to do this in the beginning of a relationship. Just like as a teacher going into the school year, it's a fresh start. And that's when, you have to, set what the boundaries are. And we have to do that in relationships too. And sometimes we just kind of feel that things are just going to work out. Especially in like loving romantic relationships, sometimes make sure that you're on the same page. And Cutie, thank you so much. I didn't ignore you. I was talking. I'm not ignoring you. Mark says, "Kay, I'm not ignoring you. I even showed you my blue eyes." So, and then, understanding and giving grace. 360. I'll do a 360 once I get it's only $2. Once I get my headbands, I need 200 headbands. So we need Phantom to come in. He's been the #1 gifter. But True Blue, feel free to donate. We'll do that 360. I got a cute outfit on today. You'll like it. I'll show you my fancy shoes. I got fancy sparkle shoes on today. It's your 21st birthday. Oh my goodness, happy birthday. And what I do is I do this for you guys. But then I have to walk away from my camera. I had it all set up. Would you like me to sing happy birthday to you? I can do that. I can do that. So I'll do a 360. That's the deal. I'll do a 360 when I get my headbands. But if you would like a happy birthday, I can do that for you. You just got to go get my candle. And then you get to make a wish. Just do a 60. Oh, a 360. Just do a 360 for your birthday. I told you the boundaries. Got to stick to those boundaries. If I do it for you, then I got to make exceptions for everybody. So how's that? Got to stick to it. I'm trying to demonstrate boundaries. And Heavenly is here. Heavenly will give me some love. We have a birthday in the house though. So I'll go ahead. I'll let you guys hear me talk while I go get my candle and my lighter. I do have long hair, so I don't want my hair to catch on fire. So I'm risking my life for you. All right, so here we go. I did a little video where I said I'll do happy birthdays for you guys. So I'm on a diet. You'll cash at me. Okay, well, you can still do that. That's the deal. That's the deal. All right, so True Blue. All right, we'll call you True Blue. All right, so you ready? I'm going to light the candle for you. We got to do this. We got to celebrate people. And if you guys have birthdays, I told you I did it for Mia and other people, but all right, this isn't on, this is only in the live chat, but I did like personalized videos. So ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear True Blue. Happy birthday to you. All right, so make your wish in 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday. So yeah, celebrate your birthday with me whenever it is. Mine was July 26th. And hello, how are you? Good to have you here. I can't see exactly what your name is. I got to look at it. And Eric is here. Ira. Hello to you and True Blue. I wish you can do a 360 now, please. I told you the deal on that. Heavenly says no double fudge cake, but you got s'mores. She's been craving that for a long, long time. But we have a birthday. We're gonna do s'mores are good though. All right, so here's a little Temu reveal. Hopefully I don't cut through things. I don't know. I want you guys to comment what you think is here, especially Facebook. Facebook, help me out. I need my Facebook to comment. I just got chosen to be a part of this interactive thing. I need you guys to comment. Doesn't even have to make sense. Can't make my wish come true. Oh, was that your wish? All right, fair enough. I'll say that was your wish. Okay, so here we go. A little 360. And my pants have little scrunchies all up and down them. So that's a 360. How's that? There. You got your birthday wish. Fair enough? All right. So what is this? Oh, these this is like a little camera thing. What does this one go to? I think this one goes like on my chest so I can do some cooking videos for you guys. I forgot I ordered that. Show the pants again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'll have to do that when I get my headbands. Oh, I bought clothes. I don't even know what I bought. So let's see. It is green. And talking about green. Oh, what is this? I don't remember. Oh, this might have been an accident. Oh, how exciting. I forgot I bought this. Do you guys know what this is? Any idea what this is? This is one of those green screen bodysuits. All right, so I got a green screen bodysuit so you can kind of make stuff look like it's levitating. You just hold it up and you get rid of the body that's all green. How exciting. I forgot about that. Oh, okay, Amazon. This is Temu, but put it on. Then you won't be able to see me. And my mom is here. Mom, did you see what I just bought? Let me know if you want one, Mommy. My mom's on Facebook. This is a green screen thing where you can put this on and you can like pick things up, but it looks like it's levitating, or you can move things. My mom was super sweet and got me some video editing software. Oh, and then this, let's see. Because Temu is really interesting how it's set up to where sometimes you get gifts, sometimes you get discounts or free items. So I think this was a free item. All right, so we can either do this as, you ready? My mom just sent me an attachment. All right, so what do you think? I know it's kind of gaudy, but you got to have some fun. Check it out. Look at that. So I thought it'd be a nice little prop for certain videos. This is a tissue box holder. I like it. What do you guys think? Do you like it or hate it? I think it's classy. Classy plastic. Hello, True Blue. I am here. I told you the boundaries. Once I get my, it's only $2. What is this? This is really looking damaged. Oh, I did get it. I got a lot of stuff for video production. I think this is my mirror clip. So this is used for Cash App. What do I have for Cash App? You can PayPal me. You want to PayPal me? Narcissistic personality. So yeah, we kind of got off topic, but if you'd like to talk about it, we can definitely do that. So if you do Gabrielle's costumes or a soul survivor, the easiest way, if you want to PayPal it, that's up to you, True Blue, whatever you would like to donate. Whatever you would like to donate. Borderline was talking about that. I don't know. Can I chat with you guys? Let me see if I can type it. Let's see. Comment. I'll put a comment there. All right, let me type this real quick. There you go. That is my PayPal. That's my PayPal right there. So whatever you would like to donate. But this is, let me finish this up. We're almost done, and then we'll talk about borderline and narcissism. This goes on your camera so you can see yourself while you have your camera the other way. And only 2 more things, then we'll get back on topic. So is there a philosophy I could get into? Let me know. All right, $20. How's that? You asked. And then here's another where it mounts your camera. And final thing, you got me going. So yeah, feel free to go over to gabriellescostumes@gmail.com as my PayPal. $20 would be nice. I'm not going to ask too much. All right. I appreciate that. That's going to go towards a new computer. And what do you think this is? I have no idea. I don't know what this is. Looks like a toy thing, but I don't want a toy thing. What is this? Anybody know what I bought? Why would I have this? I don't know what this is. It looks like a toy holder. What would I need this for? I don't know what this is for. Okay, so religions. What is this for? I have no idea what this is for. Okay, so back on topic. Tell me when to start. Go ahead and do that now. You're eating strawberries with sugar on them. Heavenly says, I gotcha. All right, True Blue. I'll be counting on it. So happy birthday. I could start soon. There you go. I'm ready. Okay. So we talk about narcissism and we talk about borderline personality disorder. They are extremely similar, except they're a little bit different, where the borderline will focus on hurting themselves and the narcissist focuses on hurting others. I do think there is something to the masculine and feminine aspects of it, because females are taught to be a certain way, to kind of hold things in. But to act a certain way and to be a certain way. So they are able to express things more verbally. That's why they will, it's just different how they express, but the narcissist will lash out. They hold things inside till they can't. And, like little boys are told to, not to cry and to toughen up, or, take matters into their own hands and, punch someone or whatever. That I think it's just the difference in masculine and feminine energies and upbringings. So it's not always like the sexual, biological, but the masculine and feminine energies, so that makes sense. You say borderline has to do a lot with black and white moods. Yeah, they can be extremes. And they do have the black and white thinking. There's also, narcissists can too, to where they split people. That can happen with ADHD too, to where once you piss them off, you're done. They will not listen to you. They will not listen to reasoning or apologies. And you say narcissism has way more to do some traits. Way more to do with some traits? What do you mean? They are not the same. They are not the same. There's more empathy in borderline. Sometimes they are too empathetic, to a detriment. And the narcissist is all about themselves for the most part. And there are times that they can have cognitive empathy, but I know people with both, and I see some similarities. I see some differences. Um, just I just see the shift that's going on in society is kind of the same as what's going on with how many men versus women are narcissists or borderline. There's something to it. You say highly sensitive person is healthy. Is it true? Not when they're highly sensitive. I don't believe so. And this is why. Um, either they were too sheltered and don't know how to cope with it, because it's so new. Society can be rough on people. So it could be a naivety, which is not so good in survival sometimes. Also, they can be sensitive because they feel they always have to be good or accepted or things have to be perfect. That they can also be beaten down to where it's like enough is enough, like that Chinese water torture. So I think what you might have been referring to is, the narcissist beats you down so much and they're like, well, you're just too sensitive. And it's like you become sensitive. And it's not to put blame or shame. It's just there's a time you got to kind of, and people don't like hearing this, like toughen up through it. It's a growth thing, and it's hard to do when you're hurting. So people are highly sensitive. Now, unless you mean like highly sensitive to where they are highly aware, there's a difference if that's what you're talking about, to where they can see the red flags, they can see lack of empathy. That's a different subject. You say, what philosophy would these have in life? So True Blue says, damn. Do you send that 20? Giving you a hard time. But that's a deal. That's a deal. I can check. It'll tell me if you sent $20. So normal people are healthy. Yeah, and we also have to, there's different norms in different countries. You didn't say anything bad. Oh, did I say something bad? No, you did not, True Blue. I'm still wishing you a happy birthday. You did not say anything bad. So, is there anything we don't know yet? Heck yeah, there's a lot we don't know yet. Some of it's speculation, some of it's from perspective. And True Blue, I don't think you did. Yeah, you didn't. You didn't say anything. I just said that if there are 3,000 emotions, why is it hard to identify all of them? Oh, yeah. Just imagine having 3,000 babies to make up names for them. That would be hard. But sometimes we don't always know like the underlying cause. You talk about people with depression. Sometimes they're like, I don't know. I just woke up and I'm depressed and I can't snap out of it. Because there's like things going on in our brain, or sometimes it relates to your health as well. Sometimes it's temporary, sometimes it's ongoing, that we can't always like examine our head. We can examine our thoughts, and if we don't understand our thoughts, it's even more difficult. Or the root cause of it, sometimes we don't realize that we're stressed about work, or is it something that somebody said on Sunday that's still eating at us? So we can feel what we're feeling, but we don't always know why. And we have to address the why to address the feeling. So let me scroll up, guys. So, Mommy, how's your day going? My mom invited me to a waffle dinner, and that would have been really nice. I still don't see a PayPal thing. Depression or mania, which is it? People can go through both. Depression is when you're kind of down, and mania is where you're on the go. And sometimes, especially with bipolar, is they will flip flop between the two. Specific words. What's up? Yeah, because they can be super energetic, and then all of a sudden crash, and they seem like two different people, and it can be really hard. Someone in the chat is quiet. Who's quiet? Oh, quite detail of mysteries of the psyche. Is quite detailed. Who is that? Who's quite detailed? Gregory is here. Are you referring to somebody in particular? Ira. Hello from Central Florida. Do you guys, was it Debbie that was there? How many days was that? Is that all over with? Hopefully you stayed safe. I know, like, I went down, can't remember the name. It wasn't Katrina, but there was one that Orlando got hit pretty hard, and driving through was like, holy smokes, this is way inside. I used to live in Rockledge, Florida by Cocoa Beach. Florida is tropical. I was just down there over spring break and had a really nice time. We went by Fort Myers. Fort Myers got destroyed again, didn't it? I hope not, but we got to go there. It was rebuilt, and I believe it at least flooded pretty substantially. And Gregory is here. Mims, Florida. Okay, I've been through Mims. So Iris says it will take 7 days to change my name. Are you trying to change your name? And are you saying through like TikTok, or are you saying that it's going to take time to change your name through the courts? I used to want to be called Amanda. Mommy, if you're still here, I found that in one of my desk drawers. It was from when I was like 8 years old. It said, "To my daddy, my Christmas list." And I was asking Bobby how life is. Gregory is joining in. Feel free to show me some love. Helps bring more people in. So, but yeah, there's a lot of overlap and a lot of comorbidity, and it's sometimes even psychologists have a hard time finding out exactly what is up with someone, and they can change it later on too. Also, the different medications that people are on, that sometimes they need adjusting, that it's hard to understand what is going on in the mind. Bobby says, "I am sorry, I was getting stuff off the boat." And Iris says, "Okay." So, right now it's 10:50. Were you boating at night? Uh-oh. I like nighttime boating, but I think it's safer during the day. Is my opinion. So, like I said, we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But as far as today's topic, like the self-esteem that somebody continually beats themselves up, being a mistress or being the other person, that it can lead to depression or anxiety, and the fact that the communication can't be normal communication or delayed responses because of the situation. Is it setting up for mimicking narcissistic abuse? And then you start getting anxious and putting pressure, and it's just a toxic relationship. It's unfulfilling. But sometimes people want to stay away. They are not emotionally available themselves, so it keeps them safe. Chinese, where's that coming from? Is there a study on the personality of Chinese Communist Party? I've been to China, and there's a lot of wonderful people over there, but the government is extremely controlling, and you have to be really careful not to even talk about certain things, and different religions. Got to keep it kind of hush hush. They are really trying to control their people. But the people that I've met some fantastic people. So it doesn't always match up with what the government is like. And Bobby is here. So is there a study on? I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. And, a lot of politicians can be narcissistic. They say absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. And, when somebody's in like a detriment or a need or a grandiose state, that they're just going to take whatever they can get. They're going to exert power. They're not going to listen to reason. Also their safety net. If they feel that they overtake other countries, that way they feel safer, but they're not thinking about the other people and entitlement. And, there's a lot of narcissism in that. Mental health, Bobby says, is the hardest thing I have ever dealt with. It's very hard to get some help. Is that because of finances or overbooking or finding the right kind of person? I do one-on-ones. If you guys would like to email Cynthia@asoulsurvivor.com. I do one-on-ones, but yeah, it can be extremely difficult. You need to have somebody, if you've dealt with a narcissist, that's scholarly in dealing with narcissistic abuse, because it's a different kind of abuse. It's not just a relationship not working out or having difficulties. It deals with that trauma bond and the ruminating and the cognitive dissonance. And sometimes, when you're talking, you might be like, but they're really good at this and da 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 da. So it's almost like, well, they're a good person, but you're like, ugh. Do you know what they've done? Because sometimes you might be covering up for them or feeling sorry for them. And then the narcissist, if they talk to the narcissist is going to lie and say what a good person they are. So sometimes, unless somebody's trained in it, they're going to peg the wrong person. And 144000, 144,000 feet. I got crack right over there. I need to get a new screen. I will do that because it's right in the middle. And until somebody comments, I can't scroll it up anymore. See if I can scroll it down. 144,000 feel. Did you hear something I said? I don't know where that is from. 144,000. I'm confused. Feel the emotions. That's the hard part, is what you're saying, is going to counseling is what in the Bible? You're getting me a little confused. They talk about like the Jezebel spirit, if that's what you're talking about. So let me know. Hold on. Please clarify exactly what you're talking about. There we go. There's a lot in the Bible of what we shouldn't do, what we should entertain, who we should help, who we should not help. I am referring to the heavenly anointed. What about them? Because tell me, what about them? You got to be a little bit more specific for me, because it is 11 o'clock at night. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Oh, you guys, be nice, be nice. And True Blue, no, I said happy birthday. I sang to you. I am not mad. You're not blocked. I see you. I see you. Unless you guys are ridiculous, I really try not to block anybody. I'm pretty understanding towards people. I didn't ignore you. I did tell you that if you wanted another 360, I already did it for you as your birthday. I said, when can I start? When can you start what? Oh, okay. I did tell you something. I did say, and I thought you were referring to PayPal, and I said you could go ahead and go do that now. So I don't know what you mean, when can I start? Because I did reply to that. It wasn't quite understanding. And that's the thing, clarify things instead of getting upset. And I'm glad you asked, but I don't know what that means. When can I start? Start what? So we can start healing right away. Again, I apologize. You seem like you're very intelligent. I appreciate that, Bobby. And yes, True Blue, I see you got your hand raised. And Ira is asking how you are, True Blue. Yeah, feel free to ask the question. If I understand it, I will answer it. I thought, sometimes I wait for you guys to finish a statement because it's like a half thing, and then you guys hit enter. And so sometimes I do wait to see. You're so cute. Thank you. I appreciate that, True Blue. But I do think, let's see, when do you know it's time to give up on trying to help someone with mental health issues? Here's the thing, that when you are trying to help someone, sometimes it can be enabling them. So we can give them some guidance, we can offer support, but the healing part has to come from them. So we can't change anybody. And when you express your feelings, your desires, you also have to look how it's affecting your own life. And when it starts consuming your life, consuming your thoughts, making you feel helpless, sometimes walking away allows that person that mortification, which sounds kind of harsh. And I don't know, Cash App, we could do PayPal. Cash App, I get worried about Cash App. I don't know. So, like a friend of mine, her son, this is her son. He overdosed twice this week. And, she's helped him like go to rehabilitation, but she can't control what he does. And, sometimes people have to feel a loss, but there's also that balance. When is somebody so deep down, but it's not our responsibility to fix them. We can help them. But yeah, I don't know. Cash App kind of scares me, guys. There's so many scams out there. If you can do PayPal, PayPal is good. And if not, I will say thank you. You can also do the TikTok donations, but yeah, I don't know. So Iris says, well, if they're schizophrenic, the time to give up is when they show too much pride to accept your help. There is medications that can kind of help with schizophrenia. And, it's important to stay on your medications. And we also have to evaluate, how dangerous are their thoughts. There are times their thoughts can be quite morbid. And, are we putting ourselves at risk? So we have to assess the safety of it too. And, are they willing to get the help? Are they willing to do what is necessary? And like safety and how it affects our mental health is what's important too. Bobby says it's a little deeper than that, but I hear you. It's just hard to watch someone destroy themselves. Yeah. Is your person struggling with schizophrenia, or what is it? Paranoia is not pride. Yeah. The thing is I think they are saying the pride, but they're saying that they're not mentioning about the paranoia. So they are paranoid about the things that they're seeing and hearing, but they might be too proud to admit something's going on. So I don't think they're relating the two as the same thing, because there are times people either don't want to get the diagnosis because maybe now they can't. Is there driving restrictions? I know there is for like seizures, but sometimes it can affect what jobs they can get and different licenses that they can hold. So sometimes people go on with that. True Blue says, I would love to go on a date with you. You're 21, okay with you? I'm not really dating right now, but I appreciate the compliment. And yeah, you're 21. Happy birthday. And you DM me? Okay. All right. I get it. So thank you for that, though. Pop, 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 pop. Hey, Bob. Is it Bobby? So yeah, we want to help someone, and unless they want it, we can't force them. You can think about alcoholics. No matter how much you tell them about, and then you got to think about the addiction level too. That sometimes the body gets addicted to things, and if you've been through narcissistic abuse, your body goes through addiction too, where you're addicted to a person. Some people are addicted to chaos. It's their comfort level or the unknown. They can be really scared about certain things. And Bobby says, never seen anybody off their medicine for 3 months and walk away from the family. It can happen though, yeah, to where there's a lot of things going. They can feel many different things. Either they can fear that they're going to hurt their family. They can fear that having shame or not being able to provide because it's overwhelming them, or they're lashing out, or they don't feel themselves, or they don't want to deal with the conversations. There's a whole bunch of things, but unfortunately, it can destroy relationships, and it can also be overwhelming to some people, because there are times that somebody wants to help someone and then they're like, I just have burnout or anxiety. And there are times, that's one nice thing about therapists or doing the one-on-ones with me or other people, is you get to get the anxiety, get the discussion going, sometimes even just talking through it. And sometimes we come to our own revelations when we talk. That's why I open these live chats up, is so, sometimes even through talking, we're like, whoa, I get it. I understand it. So, they do have talk therapy. We also have to be careful that we don't go down the rabbit hole of complaining. We get addicted to complaining and not focusing on the solution or what the core issue is. Why are we repeating these patterns? Why are we drawing in certain types of people? Bobby says that's what everybody says, tough love, and it's hard to do to someone you love. Now, I grew up when I was a teenager. I grew up during that tough love stage. And be careful with that one. Sometimes we need to support someone, but there are times that the tough love, yeah. I've seen tough love used when it could have been done a kinder way. It wasn't to that extreme that you need to, well, there's different ways, I guess, but you see almost like disowning someone, yeah, to where sometimes they need that comfort of, you can come back when you work through what you need to work through, but I can't be a part of it, as opposed to some people take the tough love as complete goodbye. Because people can take things and go through some extreme depressions. And I got to watch what I say on social media, so it's kind of hard. Therapy would help the person take their meds if they see the benefits to it. But sometimes too, people are like, well, I feel fine now, because once they take those medications, they level out. It's not a good outcome if they stop taking it. So how do you feel about tough love, Bobby? There are times, and my friend is going through that with her son, with the ODing. Even read the Vedas. What's the Vedas? You enjoy math a lot. They go manic. Yep. And sometimes they can go through a lot of money. They can go through a lot of reckless behavior. So thank you. They match my outfit. So thank you for the compliment on my glasses. And you want to spoil me. Oh my goodness. And Bobby says, it's breaking my heart. It's breaking my son's heart. So is this his mom? And I'm assuming it's a woman, that may not be correct, but, what was the age of onset? Women usually get it in their late 20s, early 30s, and, it can be caused by stress. Once you go over that little cusp, you don't come back. You kinda get stuck. Um, we talk about different kinds of mental illness and the also trauma, the different damage it can do to the brains. And when somebody has the schizophrenia, um, it's like a miscommunication. Also, if you talk about the spiritual, um, yeah, I'm hoping Kendra will do that video with me. So Iris says, I was always bipolar. And can you tell me what was like the hardest part about it? Did it cause like destruction in your life? So just so you guys know, I have a couple platforms open to keep the conversation going. Feel free to comment, interact. I'm good about bebop in between, but the bipolar is what we're talking about right now. And like, you can go through the depressive episodes and it can be quite damaging. Um, there are things that can help manage bipolar, which is nice, but borderline and narcissism, they only have medications for the comorbidity. And Iris says, first time I became schizophrenic was the last time I went to the asylum. Oh, so it's you that's struggling. So you were always bipolar and now you're schizophrenic? I thought the timelines were changing. What kind of, is there anything that kind of kickstarts your schizophrenia? The neighbor that I had, she had voices that she would hear over the radio and then also through the TV. It would change her complete effect. She would hear certain things. And sometimes the sad thing about these are a lot of times the voices that you hear are negative, destructive things. They're not like, go to church or bake somebody some cookies. And a lot of times they're like negative and frightening. Um, yeah, I had one friend, a Facebook friend, but she's been really struggling and she's been in a couple times to an asylum. Did the asylum help you at all? How long were you in there for? And I appreciate you being open. If anything is ever uncomfortable, feel free to tell me you would rather not talk about it. That's completely fine. And Melissa is here. Nice to have you joining. And you thought the timelines were changing. So I definitely appreciate your honesty about all of this. And the one thing about the asylum, they've done studies that, average people have gone in there, and because of the exposure to the people in the asylum, there was a story about a boy, and the parents didn't want him, so they kind of made up this mental illness, and they put him in a mental institution, and he went kind of crazy. Uh, so it was clozapine. Oh, the clozapine withdrawal. Did you go cold turkey? And that caused you to have schizophrenia? Hmm. Was it paranoia or actual schizophrenia where it's ongoing? Because we can go through periods of time where we might be paranoid about something. But have they diagnosed you with full blown, I guess, schizophrenia? and I'm glad you brought that up. There are times it was a clozapine withdrawal. Be really careful if you get on antipsychotic medications or different kinds of medications that deal with your mental health or even your physical body, that really it is important to go under your doctor's care, because it can be deadly to go cold turkey off of some of these medications, or it can cause extreme kind of type of thoughts. Um, you just mentioned it. Oh, I get what you said. I misunderstood the way that you said it. So was it because you were in the institution or asylum? That's what you mean? I misunderstood if that's what you're trying to say. Is being institutionalized is what kind of caused it? Yeah, sometimes it's hard through text message, but yeah, isolation too. They put you in isolation that can, depending on who you are. Some people would enjoy it. Some people would go crazy with it because we are social beings. And Iris says, I was off of my bipolar medication. And was there a reason they didn't give that? Were you off of your bipolar because you were institutionalized and they didn't give it to you, or was that a personal choice because they put me in an isolation unit? Okay, I can see that. I can see putting you over the edge. If that's what did it, I can definitely see that. People can go crazy in those things. Uh, you know, um, is there a reason? Were you harming others? Maybe not intentionally, but or were you just too hard to handle? And how long for 11 months in an isolation? Holy smokes. Did you have at least an hour where you met people, or it was 24 hours a day, wasn't it? And I'm curious, was it a padded cell? Was it all white? Did they let you do anything? The private hospital was 14 days. Wow. How are you doing now? Are you still struggling? Is it managed? There's that's a hard one because I know some of these thoughts can be extremely real. They can be so real that you can and the voices they can kind of drive you crazy. If you guys ever even just had ringing in your ears, you're like, just make it stop. Imagine having voices, not knowing what to do, not having control. Like if we're in an uncomfortable situation, we can switch rooms. We can maybe leave, go to mom's house, but when it's in your head and you can't turn it off, clozapine is the strongest neuroleptic drug there is. What was the reason for stopping it? Did you go cold turkey stopping it? Because yeah, sometimes people don't like the side effects, whether it's bloating or the tardive dyskinesia, where you start doing some tics or holding your hands a certain way or moving. But yeah, it's important. You gotta weigh the pros and the cons. But if you start these neuroleptic or antipsychotic medications, that you definitely follow the directions. Just like people with people who want to quit alcohol. Sometimes if they are an extreme alcoholic, it can be deadly to quit cold turkey. So there are times a doctor's care is extremely important. So how's it been going the last few months, though? Have you been doing better? Have you gotten some therapy for your son to kind of help with things? Autumn is here. I love your name. You developed tremors from lithium. And did they go away once you stopped the lithium? Hi, Autumn. Nice to have you here. And I know they use lithium for schizophrenia. Do they also use it for bipolar? I want to say I read that, but I'm not exactly sure. So no, they didn't. I used to be on Seroquel. We were talking about Seroquel last night. How bad were the tremors? Were the tremors just in? So yes, okay, bipolar. Yeah, I thought I read somewhere that it was also for bipolar. Does it seem to help? And what did your doctor say about the tremors? Are they just like, "That's just a side effect and that you're gonna have to deal with it," or are they saying that maybe it's too strong? Are you glad? Is it helping? You're taking another? Okay, good. So they switched you? Yeah, because I would assume, it was too strong of a dose, is my guess, but or just the wrong one. How are I know a lot of people, once they start medication that are bipolar, it definitely helps. And, so you're taking a pill for the tremors. Okay. Yeah, and that's another reason too why sometimes people stop taking the medication is they don't like the visible side effects that people might see. And Depot, Elzapine, Zoloft. Hmm. How many medications they have you on for that? Is it just one? But Autumn, do you feel better when you take your medication? Mood regulation is why you take the lithium. Okay. And did you enjoy the manic state, if I may ask that? I'm sure you didn't enjoy the depression, but I know sometimes people enjoy that. And sometimes people hate it because they're like, I just need to get some sleep. It's like fun for a while, but then also looking back on the destruction, you should study psychiatry. Oh my gosh, you're the second person who said that in the last 2 days. Maybe I should. I was saying that I almost started. I would love to. So yeah, well, maybe if you guys keep saying that, I should. I'm certified to teach psychology. I am certified to teach psychology in the state of Michigan. So I taught that last year at the high school. I don't have bipolar. I have CPTSD and BPD. Okay. So, what was I going to say about that? So mood regulation, yeah, because if you've had CPT, and this is the thing, Autumn, tell me what you think about this because there's kind of, uh, this is like controversial and they're still kind of studying it. But as far as like CPTSD and BPD, there are some people that say that BPD and CPTSD is kind of one and the same. It's almost like it caused it because if you have CPTSD, you're going to react in a certain way. And also, I'm assuming based on your name that you're female. And there's more females that are borderline. And borderline is kind of like a survival technique. And that can root back to the CPTSD. How do you feel about that diagnosis? Do you feel that that's pretty spot on? And they're doing lithium. DBT is the main treatment for both. Okay. The behavioral therapy. And understanding what our triggers are, And I nailed it. Please repeat that. Oh goodness. What did I say? You should study psychiatry. Repeat. I should be on ADHD medication. Yeah, I know a lot of people struggle with ADHD, and I know some people that say that it's helpful, that they kind of had a hard time during COVID, right after like a year and a half in or whatever, they were having a shortage of ADHD medication. You say you were 50 when diagnosed, so recently. Okay, well, I'm 54. I just turned 54. And do you do you agree with that diagnosis, or do you feel they're one and the same or separate? I don't know exactly how to explain what I'm trying to say, but so like you said earlier, trauma bond. Okay, please fix it, chat. What did I do now? It's my OCPD. Well, I did a video for you. I did a video. You should be on ADHD medication. Yeah, you got to have patience. I know. And please fix the chat. Oh my goodness, I know it's you. So Bobby says, like you said earlier, trauma bond. And so the trauma bond, trauma bonds can come from intermittent reinforcement. So it's not always based on narcissism, but the intermittent reinforcement is so damaging. And people need consistency, especially children. And they need to be able to count on a child or a parent and understanding, our shortcomings but the trauma bond can be really damaging to people. So consistency, try to be kindly consistent. Autumn says, been waiting my whole life for a diagnosis so I could do something. Tons of overlapping symptoms. Yeah, you see that a lot. Sometimes we have a short fuse and it's like, well, that's the anxiety. Sometimes we lie because that's a rejection sensitive, dysphoria, on and on and on. And it's like, whoa, what is this exactly? But the lithium stops the negative self-talk, suspicious thinking. Ooh, suspicious thinking. What kind of things do you think? Do you think people are lying? Do you think people are cheating or stealing? And try and think what the example was. But yes to all. Okay. So I can't think of the example, but basically it's kind of like, okay, let's say somebody thinks that, let's say they think I was cheating. I'm not a cheat, but let's say they thought I was cheating. Sometimes that pops into their head because of their past, not necessarily what I did. So sometimes when we've, been robbed or SA'd or this or that we have this like little paranoia that other people are going to do it. Also with the narcissist, if they can do it, they think other people are doing it. Bobby says, I look back and remember myself before I got involved with my wife. And did you have a trauma bond with her? Iris says, I panic because I found myself in the isolation unit. Because that sometimes exacerbates the feelings of helplessness. If you're dealing with schizophrenia, you're already feeling like you don't have control over your thoughts. And now you're isolated. You don't have control over what food you're going to eat. You don't have control over when you take a shower, all those kind of things. And how are you doing now, though? So yes, I tried so hard to get her help. That's the hard part. Sometimes the more we help, the worse it goes. And it kind of gets them to dig their heels in. Like, no, I am fine. And then they'll go to great lengths to show you that you're wrong. They're not open. That's why the hurt people, or they're, sometimes too, when people are emotionally thinking, they don't think about the logic, and sometimes taking a step away. But your bio father is a bona fide psychopath. Did you grow up with your biological father? I know sometimes people will say that if they have a step parent or are adopted or foster care, things like that. But psychopaths are born that way. Sociopaths are created throughout their lifetime. Do you have contact with him? So if you grew up with him, I can see first 7 years, and that's during the formative years. Yeah. Hopefully he wasn't horrible to you, because no little girl deserves that, and then sometimes too, our parents, why didn't our mom protect us? Or but she could have had a trauma bond too and not seen things clearly, or been in a situation, not that it's right, but desperation for money or security, and it gets really tricky. But I'm glad you got out of that situation. But then you got the pieces to pick up. So sending a big hug. So Bobby says, yes, You tried to get her help. Like I said, it's hard to watch her destroy herself. I could give you a Mims man tune-up. LOL. And Jay is here. And when you say that she destroyed herself, what kind of things did she do? Self-harm or letting herself go or destroying the relationship? What do you getting involved in medicinal things she shouldn't be doing, if you know what I mean? Autumn says no contact. I was neglected and my mom was beat and I gotta say graped, but you know what I mean? In front. Oh gosh. You can only see me in chat. I know it gets confusing. I'm on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube right now. I'm rebuilding the lives, and this helps the others conversations go. There are other people in here. I think they're just kind of watching. You guys, just to open it up to everybody, I am good at going through different conversations, so feel free to ask any questions you would like to talk about. There are people in here. Sometimes they just watch, though. And walking down the highway at 4 a.m. barefoot. I could give you, yeah, that's not good. Down the highway. Was she trying for self-harm, if you know what I mean? I am located in Michigan. What about you? Where are you? I am in my kitchen in Michigan. Well, I have a dining area, I guess, but Michigan. And Paco is here. Hopefully I said that right. But I'll let you guys, if you have something you'd like to talk about right now. Mims, Florida. That's right. Oh, gosh. Well, at least it was warm enough there. San Francisco. I went to Sacramento before. I stayed out there for a while. It gets hot out there. And San Francisco is about 10 degrees cooler. But I do have school tomorrow. I overslept this morning, so also was in the hospital recently. So I definitely need to get my sleep. So I will be on again tomorrow. I'm trying to be consistent, build the channel back up. So if you guys can support me, that would be fantastic. Join in as much as you can. I'll log in around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, give or take a little. 70s year round. I know, isn't that nice? That would be it's so nice. A little different than Michigan. But lots of love to you guys. Please hit the like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And the more you guys in chat, the more you guys comment, the more the word gets out and it kind of helps build the channel. But time for me to get some sleep. And thank you guys for your vulnerability, your honesty, and helps other people. Bobby says, I appreciate your advice and have a wonderful evening, lady. And thank you. You too. And I appreciate you guys participating. You guys make the channel and I'm here for you. All right. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the next live chat tomorrow night. Have a good night. You always tell the truth. Well, good. Is that the truth? Filter out your name? I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Tell you what, research it and tell me how to do it. All right. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for joining. And TikTok is so hard to log off. Good night, guys. Bobby Jean Ford Jr. Nice name. All right. See you later, guys. Sweet dreams to you too. Good night.